So while I'm doing my bacon bagels that I've just done a short about, I accidentally pulled a door off. I'll have to sort this out later. It's one of those silly IKEA things that like they're like a, you push this in and it locks the brakes in and the clutch holds it in. Anyway, I'll fix it. Um, he's deaf. He's just looking at me because he wants bagel too. And I'm just toasting them. So anyway, what was I going to talk about? Yes. Why do I hate Buttercups? It's a very good question. One comment, and you've asked. I hate them for three primary reasons, but many others. First of all, they're extremely pervasive. They spread by seed, they spread by tubers underground, runners, and they just take over an area, okay? And you look over at the grass and you think, that's nice and green. Look at the nice white and yellow flowers, because there are white ones too. And it's inedible. Horses can't eat it. Horses cannot eat buttercups. They're sour, they're bitter, they're horrible. That's the first reason. So they are spoiling your pasture. That's the first reason. Incredibly hard to get rid of. Absolutely, you cannot get rid of them easily. So the best method I have for getting rid of them is digging them up. Now, that's fine when you've got a front garden with 10 plants. But when you've got 4 acres and 50,000 plus plants that are multiplying at a rate you cannot keep up with, impossible to dig them out. But I have tried. I have digged and dug a valiant area of them up before. A good 500 kilos worth of buttercups in my time. So we went chemical. We tried to kill them with chemicals. They wilt and lilt a little bit, but they don't die. They just come back, they come back, they come back. And even if you got rid of all yours, they'd fly in from the neighbours. They are so utterly pervasive. So that's the second reason. So they are virulent and they are useless and they take over. And the third reason I really, really, really despise them, and you may not even know this, is because your horse isn't eating them, it's going between them for the grass. As it's going between them, the flowers are touching the horse's face. And in touching the horse's face, they leave a dot, or they get damaged by the horse and leave a dot of oil on the horse's face. If you walk through them, you will get dots of oil on your clothes. You'll get it on your legs, your knees, everywhere. This oil burns your skin. It burns you. So they take over, you can't kill them, and they burn you. They are literally useless. If I have to define weeds, the primary weed for me is a buttercup. Okay? They don't have a use. Really don't have a use. They proactively make the area they grow in useless. And you can't get rid of them. You can't control them. They have no natural pest. They're just go beyond use. Most people, and I noticed this with sort of like Resolver weed killer, they pick on dandelions. They say dandelions are the worst weed. Dandelions have several dozen uses. You can eat them. Technically make drink out of them. They feed rabbits and livestock really, really well. And they keep, because they're a tuber root, they keep moisture in the earth. They actually make the earth's surface in an area more stable, down to about 4 to 6 inches. So they have 3 uses straight away that the buttercup doesn't. The buttercups, their other name for a buttercup is the devil's finger. If you've ever dug one up, you'll know why. Because so they come down to the root ball, and they do sometimes have a tuber ball there, but it's a ball. Yeah, it's not a root, it's just a ball. And then the roots from that spread out, and they're these deathly white, rubbery, horrible things. And they just go over it, and they become the runners that go off and make other plants. So even if you cut the flowers off, if you mow them, they're still propagating by growing tubers. So growing runners, sorry. And that's just so egregious. It's so awful. And this horrible growth and regrowth, and I've just realised that's my sock and the dogs have clearly had them. just does my head in. I cannot cope with it. And I'm just a hand. It does my head in. So yeah, that's why I don't like them.